Conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the ACABOR meeting of July 9th. First, we will stand for the pledge. Surely, at least for me, the top right has a flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. A few guidelines before we start. Once we are going through each application, we will mute everybody except for the applicant who's describing their project. And then as when the applicant is done describing their project, we will go through each board member and ask for comments, questions, things like that, and work through each member that way. You'll then have a public comment where if there's somebody wishing to speak from the public, they will have an opportunity to ask their question. I would ask, if you have the ability to and you're from the public and you have a question you'd like to ask, put it in the chat so we see it and we're there. I'll also open up the phone lines and remove people to ask questions if we don't see any chat as well. Other than that, they go pretty well. We've gotten this pretty good over the last few months, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll be in person soon. First thing is we'll do a quick roll call. Starting with, going from top left, Shirley.
Here.
Sharon.
Here.
Kenyatta.
Here.
Brian.
Here.
Joe, are you here? Joe is absent, and Debbie is also absent, and Chris Dunnigan, is here. All right, our first application tonight is, and I apologize if I mispronounce your name, the Rogerio plans, and I believe Joe is here to represent that. So Joe, I'm gonna, or you have to unmute yourself, I apologize. Joe, can you hear me?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your project, what you're doing.
So this is a new proposed single-family home in the new Virginia Homes development over on Gosford Court. It's about 40, I believe it was 4,300 square feet, predominantly black and white color scheme. We would do brick in the front that'll be painted white. The remaining three sides are going to be a hardy board plank, also in white. Roof and trim work around the exterior of the house are all going to be black with black windows.
Okay, any other specific details you'd like to talk about, whether it's on the house, lighting, trim colors, shingles, roof colors?
Nothing other than what I just stated. If you'd like me to go over those again, I'd be more than happy to.
That's fine. Can you, so a few things, and if I missed it, I apologize. The roof is going to be what color?
The roof is charcoal. It's basically black.
Okay, thank you. And there is what looks like a standing metal roof on the front of the house over one of the windows. What color will that be?
That's also will be a black metal roof.
Black. Okay. And the same for all of it. Oh, I got it. And I'll ask why the painting the brick white. Any reason to do that rather than leave it the natural brick color? Other than
just aesthetics, predominantly we're going for the overall black and white theme.
Okay.
And the white bricks that are on the market right now just aren't going to achieve the look that we're going for. So it's going to be a little more maintenance heavy, but we're willing to put in the maintenance on keeping the paint up to spec and to achieve that look.
Okay. And looking at the house and the garage door, is it going to be black or is it going to be white?
The garage door is black with some glass panes in it. The garage door cannot be seen from the street. It's off to the side of the house and it's drive under.
All right. And the exterior deck that looks, at least from here, above the garage and the second level porch, what colors are the railings and the materials for that going to be?
Those railings are black as well.
Black as well. Everything's black or white, essentially.
Yes, the rear deck in the back will be an AZEC material that will look like a natural wood, but that's in the backyard. Everything else on the other three sides is black and white.
Okay. Before I open it up, can you also go through the landscaping plan that you provided and what changes you're making there?
Give me just one quick moment. Let me pull up my drawing as well. So on that landscape drawing, we've got, I'm sorry, just bear with me. It's taking just a moment to load up. All right, so we've got basically two main planter areas, one around the porch area in the front, small plantings. We have the 2 trees required for Orangetown code, and 2 small mulch beds surrounding the planter areas.
And in the back where the trees there's a number of trees being removed that I assume is just going to be grass lawn.
That is correct. The remainder of the property is grass all the way back to the conservation easement, which will remain as is.
All right. We'll open it up to the board for questions, comments. Shirley, we'll start with you. If you can unmute yourself.
Thank you. I lost my connection briefly, so I might have missed this, but did we discuss the door color?
Black, I'm sure.
Black, okay. And I was wondering about the AC unit and any landscaping that was to be around it. I couldn't find it on the drawing. Maybe I missed it.
There are no plants called out around the AC unit. If you look on the right side of the house on that landscaping plan, there is that little setback. The AC units are going to be located within that setback there. So they are they're tucked away from the street view.
But close to the property line.
On that side, we are 20 foot off the property line. And the AC units will be sitting right up against the house within the little setback alcove of the house itself.
Yeah. I think they're going to need some screening because they're that close to have some screening because they're that close.
For the sake of the neighbors.
Yeah. Which there are none at the moment.
Right. But there will be.
I agree with that. Shirley, any other questions?
No. Do we need to talk to Blythe about adding some landscaping, or how would that work?
So I think once we get through everybody, we can add that as a conditional to approval that there is adequate screening around the AC units.
We're not
Okay.
opposed to that at all.
All right.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Sharon, if you want to unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thanks. I don't have any questions at this time. Thanks.
Thank you. Brian, any questions from you?
No, I was looking at this. There's a lot going on in the design of this house. I was pleased to hear that it's all white with black accents as opposed to red brick or anything. Because if you had different colors on the different materials, it would really start looking like Disney. It's got a lot of different, quite a few different siding materials and brick. So it's kind of curious. So basically, the windows are black. You said that, right? Windows.
That's correct. And just for, if this will help clarify it, if you guys go to the first page of the drawing set, there are 3 full color renderings of it that may put you to ease with the amount of materials that are on the facade.
I don't think we got the colored ones.
I didn't see those.
Yeah.
Color here either.
So the porch out back and the columns, those are rectangular columns, or are they round? They're rectangular columns in the back porch, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Will that be black or white? That'll be white, I assume.
The columns are white.
And right, the columns and the deck above it. Is that going to be white, or is that going to be that? It's not going to be the wood color, right?
The fascia boards on that deck are also white.
Yeah.
So below and above are all white fascia boards.
Yeah. Okay. As is all the trim around the windows, right? Black windows.
That is correct.
White boards, white finish. It's gonna be an interesting looking house. I don't know anything more.
Thank you, Brian. Kenyatta, any questions from you?
No questions.
All right. I had one question I forgot to ask Joe. There was a retaining wall reference. Is that going to be just concrete colored? And I believe it's next to the garage, kind of going under that deck there. What is that going to look like? Because that should be visible from the street, correct?
That is correct. The wish list is that does receive the same white brick. It may come down to a budget cut, at which point it's scratch coated, smooth concrete, and then painted white.
Okay, so it'll be white in some form, no matter what.
It will not be bare concrete, but
Gotcha.
If the budget calls for it, there's no way around it. The stone will have to get cut off, or the brick will have to get cut from the finish.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we're going to open up to the public here. I don't see anything in the chat, so I'm going to unmute everybody. Is there anybody from the public wishing to speak on this application?
I'll think.
Excuse me, say again?
Thank you now.
I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. I apologize.
I said no, sorry.
Sorry, thank you. Okay.
No.
All right. Is there anybody else, caller 1 or caller 2, that would like to speak on this? All right. Hearing none and seeing none, public portion is closed. So opening up the board members, you can unmute yourself. Is there a motion to approve the plan as presented with the condition that adequate vegetative screening is put around the AC units on the south side of the house?
I will make a motion to approve it with that condition.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Got a second. All right, we'll do a roll call vote. Myself, Chris, Yes. Shirley,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Kenyatta.
Yes.
All right, so that's everybody. That's all yeses. You're good to go, Joe. Thank you for coming in, and good luck with the house.
Thank you very much. It's been a long road. I appreciate it.
So, next one. All right, so next up is window replacements, liner renovation. So I see we have here and Mr. and Mrs. Liner here. Who would like to start off explaining a little bit about the project to us?
I will, Kier Levesque. This project is to replace windows that are looking out into a window well. The current double hungs have above them with brick in between 2 transom or picture windows. Our plan is to cut the brick out between these 2 windows and put in a set of tall windows with a fixed unit at the top. This exterior elevation actually looks into a window well as a part that I guess was a part of how the old school let light into other classrooms. So it's not visible from the exterior. So anyone who tried to go and see it, you probably did not get to see it. The plans show, and I don't know if you have color copies, I can share color pictures with you. The plans show how the windows are going to look when they're finished inside the window well, and the whole idea is to let more light into an existing 2-story space. The windows will be white, and the brick, other than what we're cutting away, will not be changed at all.
And from the looks of it here, the windows will match the windows that are next to them that are remaining.
That is correct. Muntin patterns are there, and they're double hung windows.
I think that was my one question. Shirley, any questions from you?
I do not have any questions at this time.
All right. Sharon, any questions?
Nope, no questions. Thank you.
All right. Brian, any questions from you?
No.
And Kenyatta, any questions from you?
No questions.
All right. I'm gonna open up the public portion here. I don't see anybody in the chat. I'll unmute everybody. Is there anybody here or on the phones wishing to speak on this matter? If so, just speak up. If not, remain silent. All right, hearing none, seeing none, public portion is closed. All right, do I have a motion to approve this plan as presented?
Make a motion to approve the plan as presented.
And do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, and Sharon seconds, and we will do a roll call vote here. Shirley,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
all right, and Kenyatta. You're on mute.
Yes.
All right, and myself, yes as well. All right, thank you guys. You're all set. Good luck with the windows. Looks nice.
Thank you very much. Everybody have a good evening.
You too.
You. All right. Up next is Blue Mango smoothie bar sign.
Okay.
I will
Can I-
probably and Dimitro, did I say that correctly?
Yes, I'm a husband of Natalia.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the plan.
We just want to place a commercial sign, replacing old ice factory with Blue Mango sign and we're getting it slightly smaller. Originally, it was approved 110 inches by 28, and we're just replacing with 96 inches by 28 inches. And as a description saying, it's gonna be printed, looks like wood material, laminated to plastic board, and that's all. Above, it's a cover for a business sign. It's not advertised.
And I believe, but I'll ask anyway, there's no lighting on the sign either.
No.
So there's no interior lighting and there's no external illumination, shine down, goose lights or anything like that. Goosenecks, I'm sorry.
Not as of right now.
Right. Right, so we'll go through the board and let them ask questions. Shirley, any questions?
No, no questions.
Sharon, any questions?
I guess I was just wondering if there was going to be any coordination between, this store and the other two stores that are there. It seems like they are in the process of getting new signs as well.
Not really. There's a landlord did not request us to coordinate to have a similar sign or standards for a design. That's why we go ahead and apply for a sign, and probably we're gonna get it first. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Brian, any questions?
Nope, no questions.
And Kenyatta, any questions?
No questions. I think it's super cute.
Okay, good stuff. All right, I'm gonna unmute everybody, and I don't think there's anybody left from the public, but is there anybody from the public wishing to speak on this application? Hearing none, seeing none, public portion is closed. I will make a motion to approve the sign as presented. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, and roll call vote. Shirley,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Kenyatta,
Yes.
myself is yes as well. All right, thank you very much. You're all set.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we're through that in a half hour. Okay. Do I have a motion to close tonight's meeting?
Nobody wants to close. I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second? Not a second. All in favor, just yell yes.
Yes.
All right.
Have a good night, all.
This conference is no longer being recorded.